So ito, ang i-present ko ay the research that we have done from 2022 up to 2025. So ito, a glimpse of the indigenous health and wellness in the Cordillera. Ito yung rationale of why we did this, why we did the research. PIKP has been advocating for the protection and promotion of IKSP since its founding in 2017. Ngayon, when the PIKP started a project called Transformative Pathways back in 2022, health was included as one of our work area. So that's why we need informations regarding indigenous health and wellness in the form of books, articles, news, and other data to guide us in our advocacy. No? So stories from the IP communities were documented through books and shared through different advocacy activities in our Facebook page, in our talks when we were invited, and other activities that we organize in partnership with different organizations in the academe and in the other community organizations. Objective of the research, of course, promote and strengthen advocacy on indigenous health and wellness. Tapos, to review yung existing researches, laws, policies, programs, and other initiatives of different institutions on IHW. Tapos, to document the stories of experiences. So, take note, experience, tapos, beliefs and practices on indigenous healing and wellness. So, may focus kami sa experiences, no? Kasi experiences are mas capturing, mas engaging sa audience compared sa mga ibang libro na data-driven na ganun. So, yun. Tapos our methods are key informant interview, group discussions, literature review of existing research publications. Yun, lost yung sinabi ko kanina. Tapos target population is the indigenous healers, patients, and witnesses. Target area is Baguio and nearby areas. So, syempre, before we proceed with the interview, we ask their consent, informed consent, or even educated consent kasi ini-explain natin ng mabuti kung ano yung gagawin, ano yung ano naman yung benefits sa kanila, ano yung benefits sa community. Ayun. Tapos syempre, they are all volunteered. Tapos, for the protection of privacy of informants, we didn't mention some of the names. Ito yung i-summary lang natin, no? Scoping review of policies and initiatives on indigenous health and wellness. Buti na lang, ito yung na-discuss nila Doc Penny kanina. So, hindi na tayo magpapalalim dito, no? Banggitin ko na lang. Yan. Tapos, dito sa stories of healing and wellness practices, so ito yung mga kwento nila. Kwento ng mga healers, kwento ng mga pasyente, kwento ng mga naka-witness ng healing. So we grouped it into 5. Nature's healing resources, dito included yung medicinal plant. Pero bakit nature's healing resources? Kasi hindi lang medicinal plant. It included minerals, rock minerals, stones, the use of sun as the warmth of the sun to heal, the use of pebbles para maglakad ng barefoot, para mamassage ang mga soles. the use of honey as medicine. So, marami. So, tinawag namin siyang nature's healing resources. Tapos, syempre, hilot, or therapeutic massage. Kinapture na namin yung tatlo to include yung different interpretations natin ng ilot or hilot. Kasi yung iba, lalo sa lowland, pag sinabi mong hilot, it pertains to that tao. While in other areas, hilot pertains to the practice of healing. Yan. Tapos, indigenous healing rituals. So, ito yung nabanggit ng ilang beses kanina, no? To ritual, to heal people, and also to heal a group of people, even the community. Yan. Tapos, other wellness and healing modalities, like a simple prayer, simple touch, clairvoyance, and others pa, and the likes. Tapos, community initiatives. Kasi may mga community initiatives na it heals people. Like na nabanggit kanina, may mga community activities. For example, in deaths, so may community involvement. Now, it lightens the burden on the aggrieved family, the grieving family. Ito yung mga nabanggit kanina, Constitution, IPRA, Tamalo, policies. Ito ang hindi medyo nagpalalim kanina, Joint Memorandum Circular 2013-1. Ito yung bagong policy nga ito. So, ngayon ng DOH, I'm not sure sana nag-i-share nila, mag-feed sila mamaya tungkol dito kung ano na yung status, no, para maganda malaman sa open forum sana. Ayun. Kasi meron siyang nag-workshop sila noon, magandang malaman, tapos yun. People's strategic plan. Itong strategic plan nag-give way ito sa Ancestral Domain Investment Plan for Health or ADIP. Ngayon, nasuspend ito ng NCIP noon dahil daw nadodoble ang resources sa local LGU at sa regional. So, suspended siya indefinitely. Ngayon, may bago tayong update. Nung last August 14, last week, nag-conduct sila ng workshop dyan. So, maganda ring malaman natin sana i-feedback ng DOH or NCIP kung ano yung output nito last week. Tapos, Administrative Order number 2021-0034. So, ito yung tungkol sa birthing facility. It gives it provides for the birthing mother to choose yung position na gusto niya sa panganganak. To choose the position that is comfortable to her. Yun. And to the baby, siguro. Ito naman yung mga different initiatives ng government. So may government initiatives, may initiative from the academe, from the CSOs, and others, no? Unahin natin ang government. PITAC, nabanggit kanina, isa sa initiative nila, bukod sa research, meron silang annual, taunang pista ng gamutang Pilipino. Pero ito kasi lagi lang nangyayari sa Metro Manila. So dito, parang siya, trade fair, pero imbes na goods o for sale, healing massage, medicinal plant, tapos may mga rituals din, tapos may mga discussion, exhibit, ganun. Nabanggit ko kanina, Strategic Plan for Health, DOH. Ito mostly research, ito yung sa Philippine Council for Health Research and Development, marami silang research. Ang DOST, PC, HRD, ginagabayan nila yung mga research ng mga academe at iba pang mga researcher, no, to be culturally sensitive. Ayun. Tapos, Cordillera Regional Health Research and Development Consortium, halos magka-partner sila doon. No? Tapos yung TKDL, ito yung digital repository ng mga research ng iba't ibang universities. So marami siya kung search nyo yan, maraming research na nandun. No? Tapos NCIP, may ilang research din ang NCIP. So maganda rin i-share ni Madam at malaman natin. Tapos BCHSO, so may bagong program ang BCHSO that created the Health Promotions Committee that now includes indigenous peoples representative, which is tayo, PIKP, yun to be involved and include yung mga issue ng health issue ng mga indigenous peoples. Ayun, sa Baguio. Sa academe, ito mostly mga research na to, pero dito sa civil society organizations, ang Chess Corps, they are may program sila na community healthcare system. Tapos, may research din sila, pero ngayon mas focus sila sa community immersions ng mga ini-sponsoran nilang mga medical students. Tapos, they're trying to organize community health workers. Ito namang DITENG ay mostly on training. Nagbibigay sila ng mga talks, maraming talks. Isang advocacy nila is to integrate indigenous knowledge system, healing system on the mainstream medical system. Yan. Ito na yung mga, nabanggit ka na, so, ito yung mga title ng mga shinare na kwento. So, Nature's Medicine in Abra. So, dito makikita yung honey. Honey bilang gamot. Tapos, suka. Suka hinalo sa singkamas. Gamot sa tigdas. Medicinal plants in Luwakan. Share ng isang Ibaloy elder si Auntie Vicky na naggamot sa kanyang kidney problem. Tapos Jungle Garden in the city, mamaya i-share ni Ma'am Cora Loste. Siyang susunod na ay speaker siya mamaya. So antayin natin. Paggamit ng halaman at langis sa panggagamot. So paggamit ng ano ba, yung lard, pork oil, tapos halaman. Ginamot daw sa napaso o burn skin. Tapos medicinal plants in Barlig and Baguio City. So itong kwento ng isang mother na yung natutunan niya sa Barlig ay about medicinal plants, in-apply niya sa Baguio. So nagtanim siya ng mga plants sa Baguio na using the knowledge in Barlig, and using the knowledge kasi nakikidanggay siya sa mga iba't ibang tao. So marami siyang tututunan, ina-apply niya. Healing plants from all around. Ito yung sa ano yata to, kwento ni Sir Julio, yung mga gamit nila noon sa Mangkayan, if I'm not mistaken. Medyo kalimutan ko na ng konti yun. Medicinal plants in Dandanak, ginagamit sa, kasi ang nag-share nito is manghihilot, so ginagamit niya sa panghihilot yung medicinal plant. Healing stories in the Lubos, Tumpaw, Dulnuan family. Isa silang family sa Pico, La Trinidad. So, shinare niya yung healing stone at yung practice ng family na nagpupunta sa ilog, nagbabakasyon, tapos magpapainit sa mga stones. Ipapainit nila yung mga sumasakit na body parts. Tapos, di ba pag sa ilog minsan, warm yung rocks or stones kasi naiinitan. So, using the heat of the stone that came from the sun, ayun yung nagpapagaan sa mga masakit na kasukasuhan daw nila. Yan. Some indigenous healing practices of the Bagbago people of Tubo Abra. Ito yung bago. Pero yung respondent natin, sabi niya, he preferred to be called Bagbago. Hindi ko alam yung reason niya. Yan. Pero ano to, mga kamag-anak ni Congressman Dumugan. Kaya yung mga bago people. So ito rin yung nag-share ng rituals niya using plants. Ayun. Tinitin, Luchis Tokag. Tinitin is the prayer for healing. Luchis is the moss. Ano bang moss sa Tagalog? Basta moss. Tapos Tokag, the monkey. Ayun. Ito yung kwento nito. Yung monkey, nakita nila yung monkey na using the luchis to treat the wound. Ayun. So pati pala monkey ay gumagamit ng medicinal plant. So, punta tayo sa Ilot. Families healing partner. Ano ba to? A healer's journey from the village to the city. Sibling, ito kwento ng mga kapatid. Tapos, doon pagamos sa pamagitan ng hawak. Ito yung hawak lang, touch lang, nakakagamot na daw yun. Natural healing, meaning kusa daw na na-develop sa kanya yung pagmamasad. Manuyad, Bonsetter. Ito, one of the few I interviewed na hindi naniningil ng bayad sa paghihilot. Passing down the trade, a father's legacy. Ayun, kwento ng babae na natutunan niya yung panghilot sa tatay. Indigenous healing rituals. Ito, ang Mbaki is maraming ritual. One of them is about health. So, yung kwento niya. Tapos, Iyap, healing ritual, spiritual related ito, no? Para ding clairvoyance or something. Panggagamot sa pamamagitan ng pangitain. So, ito, meron siyang vision. Nakikita niya in advance or nakikita niya kahit sa malayo, kahit nasa Hong Kong, yung pasyente niya, nakikita niya yung kalagayan, yung cause ng disease. And then, clairvoyance and healing. So, one story with the 3 parts. Riverstone, bato. Katsidwa is the soul. Nawala, umalis yung soul ng bata, tapos pinabalik. Visit from grandfather. Ito daw is cleansing ritual, which is common. Amma, hexing, and counter-hexing. Ito yung mga other healing modalities. So, manmadmad. Ang madmad din general. So, pwede daw magmadmad sa kahit anong occasion. Pwede rin magmadmad sa healing kung may sakit. Yan. agasang life force. Ito yung sa mga lowland yung nausog. Kasi kumbaga mahina yung energy niya, mas malakas yung energy ng isang bucket or lakay, na usog siya, ganun. Or yung sinasabi natin dito sa iba, sa Cordillera na naamlingan, ganun. Tapos sabong ay Peltek. Ito yung prayer sa pagbago uminom ng alak. Kasi ano siya, bakit include siya? Kasi the prayer calls for the wellness of the participant, the people around. Wellness and safety and the blessing. And sabong, ito yung runo reads, they tie it like a knot and they place it anywhere to signify na bawal ka pumunta dyan, bawal mong hawakan yan, bawal mong kunin yan. Ganun. Bawal kang dumaan dyan, mga ganun. To avoid sickness and accidents and other bad things. Ito, Taansin Afat. Ito naman kwento ng hunter. So, when they hunt, they always offer food for the unseen spirit that owns the forest, that cares for the animals, the wild animals in the forest. The reason is also for health, for wellness, for protection. Tugno, ritual for good weather. Siyempre, good weather entails health also. So, related pa rin. Community initiatives. Gisad Central Barangay and Dapay. Mamaya, hindi ko na palalalimin, ikikwento ni Uncle Mike Tauli mamaya. Liwanag Luwakan Barangay and their Baeng. Ito yung Baeng is Ibaloy Home Gardens. So, in the Baeng, traditionally included ang mga medicinal plant sa mga Baeng. Empowering communities for holistic health. Ito yung program ng Chess Corps na nagbibigay training about medicinal plants sa mga community. Ito yung key findings. So, nabanggit na kanina yung mga legal basis, mga initiatives. So, puro mga research karamihan, ito yung mga informants natin. 27 informants produced 35 stories. Shared 35 stories. So, mas marami ang mail ng slightly. Tapos, most of them reside in Baguio. Pero, karamihan migrant from different provinces. They came from Abra, Benguet, Ifugao, and Mountain Province. So, wala tayong na-interview na from Apayao. There are healers, patients, and witnesses. So, ang healers natin, nung una, ang target natin is healers, no? Pero along the way, nagde-develop yung research methodologies natin. So, nung initial interview natin sa isang healer, sabi niya, dapat, after interviewing me, you also include to interview my patients or other patients. Kasi baka sabihin nila na nag-grandstanding ako. Baka sabihin nila nagbubuhat ako ng sariling bangko. Which is tama naman, di ba? So, ayun, we included the patients. And the patients and other healers also shared their being witness to other healing stories. Yan. Tapos, majority of healers are more than 50 years old. And 2 are below 50 on. Public perception is generally negative. Ayun ang lumalabas sa research, no? Tapos, so, marami ang reasons yung sa religion, education, sa technological advancement, social media, at sa government program mismo. So, generally, discriminated ang indigenous health and wellness beliefs and practices, lalong-lalo na yung ritual healing. Yun. Tapos, yung mga sa age, nag-a-average ng 50 plus or ang mga respondent natin. Tapos, ito ang problema. Walang youth. There's no youth. Walang kabataan. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Walang magmamana sa kanila pag sila ay pumanaw na. Yan. Tapos, transmission of knowledge is also difficult. Kasi, halimbawa, for the rituals and prayers, hindi ito na pwedeng ituro na katulad sa eskwelahan na setting katulad nito. You must be present during the occasion. You must hear, pakinggan mo, observe, at pwede kang i-guide ng mga ritually prayer leaders. Yan. Tapos, sa medicinal plant naman, dahil sa rapid urbanization, halos wala na tayong space to plant medicinal plant. Ayun. Conclusion. Indigenous health and wellness has enough legal basis. So, huwag kayong matakot na mag-practice tayong mga healer. Huwag tayong matakot yan. It has to be mainstream. Kailangan maisama ito sa mainstream medical system. Tapos, yun. Practices are vital. Mahalaga, katulad na nabanggit ng mga previous speakers, napakahalaga ng indigenous health and wellness practice. Yun lang, maraming salamat.
Thank you.